only a game. Why you have to be mad?
What's up, heroes of Dominion? I want to talk to you guys today a little bit about the Facebook version of the game, and specifically Chapter 14, and just kind of talked a little bit about campaign missions as a whole, and how to beat this boss or how to beat that boss, and you know, I'm going to tie this all together. This intro is just a quick kind of just a quick discussion on that, honestly, because a lot of people ask me, what's the best way to defeat X boss, or defeat the archdemon, or defeat, Escape from Winter, or defeat, I don't know, whatever the case. And my answer to them is, it's probably not the answer that they're looking for, but to be perfectly honest with you, the answer to defeating all of these bosses and working your way through these campaign missions is to just level up your main team more, right? So a lot of people will be like, oh, you need Ziri for this, you need Cornelius for that, or you really need a Jew to get past this mission. Well, to that I say, what if I don't have Jew? Am I supposed to summon Jew and then leveling him up? Am I supposed to summon Ziri, level her up? How long is it going to take for her to get to a point that's effective for this campaign mission? Couldn't I just devote that time and resources towards my main team and then out level that campaign mission? And case in point, my where I'm currently at in the campaign, the enemies are like level 122, 123, and I'm like level 113, and I'm doing just fine. So yeah, there is some strategy to the boss fights, but think about what it is you're getting out of the campaign. Okay, by advancing in the campaign, you're getting a little bit of story. There's not much story to this game, but you're also getting access to new equipment for your heroes. Now, do you need that equipment yet? Are you at a point promoting your tank and your damage dealer? Are you at a point promoting those heroes that you need the equipment, or is there other resources, other places where you can get that equipment? Okay, think about that. So instead of spending resources towards leveling up heroes that you're not planning on using just for the sake of playing this campaign, I think it's a mistake. I think you need to invest in your top 5 team, and top 7, top 8 heroes. Whatever you want to decide to do. Of course, play the game however you want to play the game, but in the time and investment you could make in a Ziri, or if she's not your tank, to defeat a specific mission in the game because somebody said that's how you're supposed to do it, I think that's just wrong. With all that being said, I was working my way through Chapter 13. That's the Crystal Throne area. That's where you fight the Escape from Winter boss. And again, this is for Facebook only. And I got to the end, and I was like, hey, I'm doing this pretty well. I was running my Kark team. I'm a bit over leveled for the campaign. I haven't really tried the campaign in a while, as I don't like wasting energy on campaign missions unless it's for hero soul stones that I need, or for equipment that I need. And I defeated the Escape from Winter boss, and I started in Chapter 14. And I kind of recorded it because I thought it was kind of interesting. It's the first part of this campaign that has any kind of story behind it aside from the very beginning of the game. So I thought it was very interesting to record. With that being said, here's my playthrough for Chapter 14. I do speed it up at times just to make it time sensitive. I hope you guys enjoy this style of video. It's a little different than what I usually put out, but if you do, and you think it's helpful or you think it's interesting, please consider liking and maybe commenting down below, letting me know what you think. It really helps me and it helps this channel grow. You guys have been killing it lately, I gotta say. But yeah, on to the video. The time has come, friends. Welcome to the ruined Ghirwil city. I'm sorry you have to see it like this. Okay. The Titan Valley used to be right above this place. As you know, it's far from here now. We might be able to find out why the valley rose into the air. And if I'm reading too fast, just pause the video so you can kind of read what I'm saying here. I'm doing a voiceover. This isn't live. So at this point, the game kind of takes over like it did at the very beginning of our adventure in Hero Wars. I can't go back. I can't go forward. All I can do is jump into the mission. You can see here I've got a new item, this history fragment, and some orange items there. And as you can see, I'm running with my standard Kark team. I got Astaroth, Kark, Nebula, Faceless, and Martha. And I am definitely out leveling some of these bosses. Some of these fights. But I feel like it's my team, so it is what it is. Like I said in the intro, I didn't feel like it was necessary to level up a special hero just for this. I might need to, I ultimately need to if I slow down, but maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I can just overpower all of these guys, and you can kind of see I'm not having any issue at all killing these guys quick enough, or defeating the defeating the guys that heal themselves after it. And at this point, I'm like, hey, cool! I finished this mission. I got a history fragment 1. And then I get, oh, that's odd, really odd. The Dromer's creations aren't supposed to attack us. This is against their basest nature. We have to find the survivors among the Dromers. So I'm like, oh, I literally can't do anything other than play these campaign missions, which was kind of getting me frustrated because I was actually trying to go to dinner at this time, and my girlfriend was like, she was just staring at me while I was while I was trying to do this. And I'm like, no, it's for the YouTube. It's fine. It's for the YouTube. So what I would recommend for those looking for campaign heroes or heroes to level up to get through the campaign better, is anybody that does AoE damage, area of effect damage. I want heroes that can take care of themselves. So, for example, Astaroth is very tanky. Martha heals everybody and is very tanky. Kark is very tanky. His attacks heal a little bit. And Faceless, I can use Faceless's ability to duplicate anybody's attack. So if I need more shielding by the creators, the crystals in their heads, that's Titanite. What crude workmanship. And of course, Titanite is what you farm for in the dungeons. Drummers never use large crystals for their devices. It could interfere with their something. Look, there's a communication center ahead. We just have to reach it. So I'm thinking, okay, once I finish this, that's gonna give me an opportunity to stop. But you'll see that that's not the case. So I like Faceless a lot. Faceless gives my whole team magic defense. He also lets me copy whatever ability I want. If I need more damage, I'll copy Kark's ability. If I need more healing, I'll copy Martha. But what you're seeing here is I actually am running this on auto. So my 5 heroes that are 10 levels lower than these enemies are so out damaging, so out leveling these other heroes that I can just basically put this on auto. And of course I'm speeding up combat because I have the ability to, because I think it's because of VIP given or whatever the reasoning is. But this team is kind of like my go-to team for a lot of stuff, for the dungeon, for the tower, and it's just a very well-rounded team. It also does well in arena and grand arena. Crackle static noises. I don't know why I waited so long to do that. Can anyone hear me? This wretched thing is finally working. Who are you? And this is interesting. Right here. Well, I recognize that voice. So this is one of the elemental, the guardians of the elementals. This is Master Ragni. Is that you? This is Mimir, guardian in the valley of that blah. The valley. You mean it hasn't been destroyed? Praise Doug the Constructor. So Andvari is one of these guys. I need your help. I got locked in the abode of the masters down on the lower level. So you have Ragni here talking. And then you have Mimir, who's this guy, and then Andvari is another one. And I believe there are 2 more Masters of the Elements, maybe just one more. Maybe those are the 3. I can't remember. So this is kind of a clue as to maybe some of the heroes that they might release in the future. They might release, Ragni or our storyteller here, Mimir, as some of the next heroes. And I think that'd be kind of cool. I like the look of Ragni a lot. I think she's pretty cool to look at. I would love to see what her whole body looks like. Well, that sounded kind of dirty. So one of these enemies, whenever you kill it, it will actually repair itself if you don't do enough damage fast enough. And see, I get history fragment 4, and these history fragments, I'll touch on those in just a second. They actually give you rewards for every one of those you get, and you can see at the top, Ragni, why are the city guardians attacking us? Why do the drummers have Titanite in their heads? Oh, and what are those black soulstones? Black soulstones. Interesting. You ask too many questions. I don't have answers for them. I'm locked in the abode. Don't you remember? I haven't been up there since it all happened. I don't know any more than you do. I love it when I'm sitting working at my computer and my kids come downstairs asking for something. We keep disconnecting. Let's move on deeper. So my kids will come and be like, hey, where's mom? And I'm like, well, she's not down here. I don't know like I know exactly where everything is at all times. You know, kids are funny. So it's this guy, this big beefy guy. He heals himself, and you can see here you have to damage him down before he can completely resurrect himself, and that's kind of difficult. That's going to be difficult if your team isn't putting out enough damage. So, what I would recommend you do is if you don't have a good single target damage dealer, maybe you have one just in case. I don't know. I don't seem to have any trouble with these big guys. You know, I'm killing them. You know, I'm dropping them down pretty quick, but I don't know. They don't seem to be giving me much trouble. You can see there is one kind of resurrecting himself there, but I finish him off no problem. No problem at all. Okay, so finally I can leave. I can leave and come back. Which I wanted to take an opportunity to look at these things right here. An iron plate covered with symbols. What a curious finding. Okay, I can decipher these writings for you. So these are all interesting. And you see they have a red dot, which means, that's something that you definitely want to go look at. And I'm not going to read these. This is a fragment of Ghirwil City's history. I hope I'm saying that right. Ghirwil. I'm unsure. But I'm not going to read these off. Collect the rest of the fragments, and then we might be able to find out the cause of what happened in the city. I'm not going to read these off in the video. If you do want to see what these are, you can go ahead and pause the video right now and then come back and reread it. But you can see I get an avatar as a reward, and it's just one of the enemies that you fight in there, which is kind of cool. And then you can see I got, here's the next fragment. Here's more information. Again, pause this if you wanted to read it. Another avatar. And then I think this is where I get my first taste of, Astrid and Lucas soul stones. And I already have Astrid and Lucas, fortunately. So it's nice to get a couple more soul stones of her. She's a great hero. I really like her. History fragment 3. All right. And then here's a private correspondence from Ragni. I really like this avatar. Whenever I first started the game, I was like, I was curious how to get that avatar, and it was always something that I was chasing. Of course, I have a pretty unique avatar now that I don't think I'm not going to use for a while. And as you can see, there's a lot more slots here. There's 28 fragments in total that you can collect, and I'm guessing it's between Ghirwil City and the Abode of the Masters here. Again, this is Facebook, guys. This is the Facebook version of the game. And I'm gonna keep on working my way through here. And you can see these guys are 121. I mean, they're 8 levels higher than me, yet they're classified as easy. So, I don't know. You'll see at the end of this video that I kind of, I kind of run into a wall with the quote. I'm not sure if it's a boss fight. I didn't get to the end. They handle me pretty quick, so I think there's a mechanic that I'm not paying attention to that I'm gonna have to adjust for. So that might be something that I have to look into. But again, you can see that I'm not having any issue with these guys, and a lot of people are suggesting, oh, you're gonna need. Again, I'm going to talk about Ziri. You're going to need Orion, for the campaign at these points. And that's just not the case. That's just really not the case. There's no reason to level a hero that you're not planning on using just for the sake of getting past the campaign mission. You usually level them up. And I don't even need these. Like these items that I'm looting here, I will need them, but I mean, I won't yet. Like I'm just farming some orange and some, mostly purple items right now for my heroes, and some orange, but I mean there are many other sources already for those items, so it's I don't need to go ahead in this campaign to be able to to rank up my heroes. Promote my heroes any further. We're now deep enough. Let's try and connect with Master Ragni again. Ragni, how did you end up locked in the abode? I stayed down here during the reactor launch ceremony so I could observe the reactor of the elemental spirits. My shift was over in 2 days, and I went outside just to run back up here again. Everyone beyond my unit seemed to have gone mad. They howled, grasped at their heads. They were so aggressive I had to return and lock myself in the abode so they couldn't get me. And then the communicator kind of breaks down again. We're so close to the abode now. That's not supposed to be interference. Your presence here is quite undesirable. All you'll do is join the army of the Black Soulstones. And check this out. Check out the graphics that's about to pop off here. It's so interesting. Your Majesty, what's wrong with you? Nobody's going to become a Black Soulstone. Nobody's turning into dark statues. Now that sentence confuses me because I thought that was his thing. But see, check out their reactor. It's like starting to power up. It's going to overheat. Like, look at that. We have a problem. His Majesty King Cornac has gone mad. Yeah. He must have disabled the reactor cooling system. It's going to explode. Explode? The reactor is powered by the underground channels of the elemental powers. The explosion will destroy half the planet. We can't let that happen. Stop Cornac, whatever it takes. All right, cool. So Runaway Princess is where I get totally trucked. My team, all of a sudden, just is not good enough. And, you know, I'm fighting these guys. I don't know if it's one of these guys that I have trouble with. But I don't like, oh no, it's the next round. I think it's the next round that I get in trouble with. See, I beat that one pretty handily, and I'm like, oh cool, this is going to be, you know, another easy little thing. But, you know, first my Kark goes down first. He gets resurrected. Then my tank goes down. And I think just Astrid and Lucas is just messing me up. I'm not quite doing enough damage. I'm just not doing enough damage. Yeah, I think Astrid and Lucas is what does it for me. There you have it. There you have it. So I wanted to jump back in here and kind of take a look at the rest of this history fragments. I got 2 more. A couple more Astrid and Lucas Soul Stones. And then I think I get a couple more again. Yeah. But yeah, that's it, guys. I'm stuck on Runaway Princess. That's where I'm at in my campaign. So the moral of this story is you know, enjoy the campaign, but know that it's really not important in the grand scheme of Hero Wars, because the story, while it is there, you don't get a whole lot of story from completing the campaign missions. And unless you really, really need to, for the sake of an item, there's really no reason to advance in the campaign. In fact, the energy that you could use to be advancing in the campaign, you could put towards leveling up your hero. So I just basically wasted 200 some odd energy, you know, running through this little bit of Ghirwil City that I could have used towards promoting, you know, the cleaver that I just got or whatever. So with that being said, I'm going to, you know, turn this loose. You know, I'm going to finish up this video, and thanks a lot, guys. If you like this video, please consider subscribing. You know, please leave a like or a dislike, you know, depending on how you feel about this video. Hope it was as entertaining for you guys as it was for me. I'm glad that there's finally some story in here. I'm not sure if this part of the game was added late, because I understand that there are parts of this that aren't on mobile, and maybe the stuff that was added late was the you know, they added the story to it. But let me know what you guys think in the comment down below, and I will catch up with you guys next time. Thanks.